Great discoveries often happen when they are least expected. I'm sure most of us could recall a time in our childhood when we yearned to discover something out of the ordinary in our backyard or while playing. But of course, such discoveries are often just wishful thinking of an imaginative child. But sometimes it can come true as well. Today we'll take you through 10 strange things which were found in unexpected places and by accident. So, let's get to it. While you're here, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe and click the notification bell for more such amazing content. Number 10. Lego Man. In 2011, a Lego man was washed up on one of the beaches in Florida. It had the message, "No real than you are," in capital letters on its front, and "Ego Leonard" on its back. 4 years before this, an identical Lego man was discovered on the beaches in the Netherlands and Great Britain. Locals immediately suggested that this may have been a marketing stunt to advertise the newly opened Legoland in Florida. However, the owners denied that there was any connection to the giant minifigure. So, what is it? The survivor of a shipwreck? A message from some contemporary artists? A joke, perhaps? Turns out that an artist from the Netherlands, Leon Keer, came up with this idea. He even made a website for Lego Man. If you go there, the Lego Man asks users to share their stories about travels and everyday life, and also talks about his own adventures. Number 9. An old purse. You've probably heard of time capsules, messages which are made for oneself or future generations, but it's even more exciting when the time capsule is not just a letter but some item, for example a purse that was found in a school 63 years after it was lost. The item was accidentally discovered by a local worker in good condition. It was just covered with a thick layer of dust. For some time, the school administration tried to find the owner of the purse. After some investigating, the school learned that it had belonged to a former student, Patty Rumfola. She passed away in 2013, but the school was able to connect with her children. The contents of the woman's clutch offered a glimpse into the life of an American teenager in the 1950s. Like many women, Rumfola carried around a comb and some makeup including powder and lipstick, membership cards to the local public library and several clubs, chewing gum and a high school football schedule. The purse also contained several coins. Each of Patty's 5 children kept one of the pennies as a token of remembrance of their mother. It must have been an emotional find for her children. Number 8. Golden Sofa. In this surprising turn of events, a group of student friends decided to buy a sofa for their house. To save money, they decided to buy it in a second-hand store. Who could have known that the new piece of furniture would be hiding a real jackpot? Reese Verkoven, Callie Guasti and Lara Russo, who lived in the American city of New Paltz, paid only $20 for the sofa. They were happy with the purchase, but after a couple of months they began to notice something. There seemed to be something hidden in the arm cushions. Confused, the friends decided to check out what was inside and stumbled upon something incredible. There was a huge stash of $40,000 hidden inside. Such a find would be a godsend for anyone, let alone poor students. At first, the trio of friends were screaming with happiness so loudly that the neighbors thought they'd won the lottery. Then they began to make plans on how to spend the money, but all of this was nothing more than a dream. In fact, the guys soon decided that the right thing to do was to return the money to the owner, since the envelope had a name on it. It was easy to find the right person, and it turned out to be an elderly widow from New York, whose husband had been hiding the money in the sofa before his death. In the end, as a token of gratitude, she shared $1,000 with the students. What a kind old lady. Number 7. Lost Wallet. Betty June Sissom finally found her wallet 75 years after losing it. Crazy, right? The discovery is made by a plumber who worked at a school in Illinois. The man was fixing the pipes of a building that was about to be converted into a church. Unexpectedly, he stumbled upon a cache right in the woman's toilet, and inside he found 15 women's wallets. One of the owners, Betty, was found and contacted. The elderly woman could not believe her eyes. After all, so much time had passed and she had lost the wallet. Aside from stolen money, the wallet contained old black and white photographs. Some of them featured a boy Betty had a crush on during school years. This was real time travel. Number 6. Abstract painting. Many people associate modern art with weird paintings and modern artists with madmen who fling paint on the canvas at random. This style is actually called abstractionism, and such paintings are considered a valuable acquisition among art lovers. One of the founders of this genre is the American artist Jackson Pollock. Some people consider his works to be profane and complete nonsense, but they are still sold for many millions of dollars at auctions. One day, an Arizona resident found a strange painting inherited from his sister. Without thinking twice, the man decided to call an appraiser who in turn could not believe his eyes. It turned out he was looking at something very similar to an original painting by Jackson Pollock, and the story of the owner's sister, Jennifer Gordon, only confirmed his theory. The thing is, in the middle of the 20th century, she was quite active in the intellectual circles of artists and gallerists. According to the initial estimates, the value of the painting is at least $15 million. Looks like his sister left him a sizable fortune as inheritance. Number 5. Copy of an historical document. The United States Declaration of Independence is one of the most important documents in the history of the country. It was signed on July 14, 1776, and granted the American states independence from Great Britain. The original document is considered a national treasure and is preserved in the National Archives in a bulletproof glass container filled with inert gas. However, there are about 50 copies of it in the world, and one of them was found by accident. It was stored in a regular photo frame in the home of a Houston resident, Michael O'Mara. Until recently, he had thought that the paper was worthless, but it was not the case. That copy actually belonged to one of the founding fathers of the United States, the fourth president, James Madison. Michael had always known that President Madison was a distant relative, but he had never imagined that he had a real treasure in his house. Number 4. A gold medal. Sometimes curiosity can strike gold. A few years ago, 6-year-old Chloe Smith from Atlanta saw something shiny in a pile of trash. The girl couldn't help herself and rushed to see what was hidden there and unexpectedly discovered something very important. It turned out that a real Olympic gold medal was lying in an ordinary dumpster. It belonged to the American athlete Joe Jacobi, who won the 2-man canoe race at the Olympic Games in Barcelona. The girl's family immediately contacted the champion and returned the award to him, and as a thank you, he even came to the school where Chloe was studying and chatted with her classmates. It turned out he had lost the medal a few weeks earlier when robbers had broken into his car and taken all of his stuff. What a way to recover what was stolen. Number 3. A treasure in a piano. This one takes us to the UK. A piano tuner, Martin Backhouse, was fixing an old instrument that had recently been donated to a local college. A strange sound from the keyboard drew his attention, and he looked under the lid. There, among the many mechanisms, were several cloth-bound packets. For a moment, Martin thought it was a stupid joke. Then he opened the packets and couldn't believe his eyes. Old coins, clearly worth a lot of money, were lying inside. The piano was promptly sent to the state authorities, where experts found out its history. It turned out that the precious piano was made in London in the early 20th century, and its previous owners got it in 1983. They had not noticed the hidden treasure for many years until the instrument was given to charity. The coins hidden inside were valued at £500,000. Unfortunately, this story ended quite sadly for the former owners of the piano. According to British law, the tuner who discovered the treasure kept half of it. The college itself, which at that time owned the piano according to the documents, took the second half, but the family of the benefactors did not receive a penny. Number 2. Celtic noblewoman. Archaeological discoveries often happen during some kind of construction work, and this story is no exception. A few years ago in the Swiss city of Zurich, an incredible 2,000-plus-year-old burial was discovered. The unusual coffin was made of a real tree trunk, and inside was a Celtic woman in expensive robes. A detailed analysis of the bones of the woman revealed that she lived in the Limmat River Valley, where her ancestors used to live. At the time of her death, she was about 40 years old, and apparently she belonged to nobility. They put the woman in the coffin in a woolen dress, a shawl, leather robes, and a beautiful necklace made of amber and glass beads. In addition, she wore bronze bracelets on her hands and a jewelry chain on her neck. According to scientists, the woman's body was preserved in very good condition. This in turn may indicate that during her life she did not do much physical work as a representative of nobility. Dentistry analysis shows that she also had a sweet tooth and consumed a sugar-rich and starchy diet. Number 1. A mattress with a surprise. There's a common childhood fear of the monster hiding under the bed, but this one might take the cake for being the freakiest thing to discover under the mattress. Here you can see the most common sleeping mattress, old and shabby perhaps, but quite ordinary. It all starts when the guys in the video start ripping it open, and we can see the insides. There's a whole nest of giant snakes hiding in there, according to rough estimates about 50 of them. The choice of such a place is quite obvious. It's warm and the snakes are cold-blooded creatures, so the reptiles have to constantly look for warmth and secluded places for shelter. Otherwise, they won't have enough energy to eat or move. Additionally, when it gets too cold, the snake's immune system will simply stop functioning normally, so most likely it'll just die from some disease. In short, if you have a house somewhere in Australia, you have to check the warmest places in your home to avoid such unpleasant discoveries. So, always keep an eye out. So there you have it, 10 strange things found in unexpected places. Have you ever had similar experiences in your life? If so, what did you find and what did you do with it? Let us know in the comments, and while you're at it, be sure to hit the like button, share and subscribe. See you next time.